10 Simple Habits to Transform Your Life. It's amazing how small changes can make big differences over time. For example, if you cut down on your sugar intake, you may not notice anything different after one day, but after several months, you will notice that you have more energy and fewer health problems than before. If you put aside 10 minutes after every morning to read something educational or inspirational, it may not seem to be marking much of an impact at first, but eventually, those 10 minutes will turn into hours, and you'll wonder where the time went. When you watch our videos, we want you to be motivated to change your life, but maybe you don't know how to go about it. So, this is an easy, step by step approach that will work. The following 10 habits are small changes that pack a big punch over time. First of all, always do boring things to create good habits. You are not saving puppies every day. Most days are boring and rather routine. This is the way to think about it. On the first day you go to the gym and you're excited. You'll watch other people exercise on YouTube, plan out your own workout regimen, purchase a few nice items of clothing, take some tests and declare yourself a certified gym rat. Go in, complete your workout, break a sweat, get exhausted, feel happy, and go out. That day really didn't count. And you'll find a lot of the time, these sorts of things will happen. When you're tired, running late, it's raining outside, and you're not really in the mood. The enthusiasm in your life wanes as you take on new tasks. When you're experiencing new and exciting things, it's thrilling, and life is good. However, eventually, when the honeymoon phase is over, life becomes more boring. And that's when it's most important to find time to do it. Get used to it and push through it. That's how it's supposed to work. Secondly, eat the frog first. Basically, each day you have a frog to eat. It's unpleasant. You don't want to do it, and it occupies your thoughts. Left unchecked, it'll have a slow but deep impact on you and cause you to feel more anxious. You have a bunch of things on your mind. First off, there's an email which you've been postponing. Second, there's a discussion you need to have. And third, there's a pile of dirty clothes. The longer you put it off, the more complicated it becomes. And the more complicated it becomes, the more you dread it. That's your magic frog. You have to eat it as soon as you wake up in the morning. Don't think about it. Don't think about it too much. Make a decision in the morning, put on some clothes, brush your teeth, and eat the worst one first. Number 3, minimalism on the internet. Technology has made our lives easier, in that we ask Siri to wake us up, ask Alexa to refill our fridge, and receive emails on our wrist. You should also find out what interests you on this algorithm, because most of the time, it'll show you only good stuff and hide any stuff you don't care for. All of these are great, too great almost. There's a space of time in the morning, typically about an hour or two, between when you wake up and when you must get ready for the day. Usually, you spend it on scrolling on social media and surfing the internet. Your mind is consumed with possibilities. Even when you're busy, it floods your attention. You look away and then there are things you should be doing, and yet you're still in bed. I don't like this advice either, but there's another one to ponder. Do some digital minimalism. Avoid tech use in the first hours of waking up until it's absolutely necessary to interact with your digital services. The morning hours will be clearer, less busy, and give you more time to work on your projects even though that window of time is the same. 4. Leave a book in the bathroom. Too many times have you been on the brink of recycling something, but because you were low on battery, you forgot all about it. If this sounds like you know you're not alone, every day the average person spends about 30 minutes in the bathroom. This is equivalent to 20 pages read. Generally, most books contain a maximum 300 pages, so in just 2 weeks of toilet time, you could finish an entire book. It would take you 24 months to finish 60 books if you spend time reading each time you use the bathroom. A study by Fast Company indicates that CEOs are finishing an average of 60 books a year, and you're halfway there. The most valuable reading advice for someone who does not read is to have one book in the bathroom and not bring your phone in there with you. You won't find anything in there. other than the list of ingredients in your deodorant. So you might as well read something else. Number 5, invest 30 minutes in your physical health. We don't want to do anything ridiculous or make our schedules that much more demanding, so we're just going to go for a nice walk instead. You're not trying to compete at the Olympics or be a professional athlete, but dedicating 30 minutes of physical fitness time every day to train your body will yield the results you want over time. Walking for 30 minutes each day won't necessarily transform your life, but the practice of engaging in some activity each day can lead to positive outcomes over time. And if you decide to take your health more seriously, you'll find it easier to swap walking for running and maybe work out as well. It's not impossible to start early in the morning for people like you. Number 6, give your mental health 10 minutes of dedicated time. When most successful people meditate, it helps them to clear their minds and prioritize. It's actually rather puzzling that, as of now, meditation is still taboo to many people. It's acquired a weird reputation over the years, but the only real requirement for meditating is that you sit silently. Some top athletes use it to sharpen their skills, entrepreneurs to gain clarity, and people from all walks of life use it to ease anxiety. A lot of people have no idea who they are. They live in boxes and have no sense of what's going on outside them. They keep on doing the same things every day, not realizing that it's driving them crazy. They can't answer basic questions and struggle with basic things, so their minds are out of whack. They lose motivation and struggle to find a purpose in life. That's where looking after your mental health comes in. Just 10 minutes a day could change your life in ways you can't even fathom. What would it be like to take off on a flight from New York to Paris in a straight line? This goes for anything, even small turns taken before takeoff. Where it will end up might be entirely different than the original point. For example, don't wait to care for your mental health. Number 7, be there. Random occurrences don't happen. You will find the cause of something that just happened if you search back far enough. It can be difficult to identify the underlying cause, and we often take the risk of simplifying the reason by just labeling it as random. A YouTube video on this site led you here, and it might very well be a sign that something very exciting is waiting for you. Perhaps it's hard to know exactly what moments from your past made you the person you are today. Nevertheless, you will have more luck if you make an effort and work hard. The easiest way to make an effort is by showing up. Answer that call, answer that email, answer that door. If you do, you might never know what sort of chance discovery you could happen upon. It's an unplanned fortunate discovery known as serendipity. Viagra, for example, was originally intended to relax the blood vessels in the heart to improve blood flow, but instead, it had same effect in other body parts. This mistake now drives a multi-billion-dollar company. You could say it just sort of happened, but researchers were coming to the lab on a daily basis. The 8th point on this list is to get a whiteboard. Most people never do what they plan because they either forget about it or skip the task in the first place. This happens often to a lot of people. Visual reminders are powerful, and they can keep you accountable. What I find valuable about whiteboards, beyond the visual reminders, is that they allow you to visualize your thoughts. It would be nice to have a visual timeline for the year. You would know when everything was going to happen, how much time you had left, and what you had already accomplished. Beyond that, invest in a life calendar, which is essentially a table with boxes to signify each week of your life. Fill these boxes in, and once you see how much time has gone by and how much time you have left, interesting changes will happen in your mind. Place your trust in us. Number 9, make sure you keep earning your title, or it will expire. We read about this in a Derek Sivers book, Hell Yes or No, and it sucks with us. He said in his words that holding on a title gives you satisfaction without action. You can't claim to be an athlete after high school simply because you were on a football team. That doesn't mean you're a good friend for life. We believe that past successes will most likely repeat themselves in the future, but often this is not the case. When you retire old titles, you free yourself from the pressure of your past accomplishments on your future efforts. It does one more thing, and it's a very interesting thing. It'll show you which titles you really care and you won't want to let go. Perhaps you were a leader 10 years ago, and you led your team to victory. You haven't done anything since then, but that was a long time ago. I need you to put that leader title back on. If it makes you uncomfortable, be the leader you used to be. If you really care about the game titles you have earned so far, just keep going for more. Number 10, do something worthwhile. Sometimes you have to find happiness in everyday events and just be content with the results. Despite being in one area of life and being more productive in other areas, achievements are few and far between. You can't be in a perpetual state of sadness for 5 years, then only find happiness for half an hour. So, what is the answer to this? While it is true that one can find happiness and fulfillment within oneself, the message is impractical. Where would we find this within the confines of our being? As for how to catch happiness, we'll tell you what you need to do. Give yourself a good pat on the back by taking the time to complete at least one daily task, be it cooking eggs or rearranging furnitures. Use some salt and pepper. Arrange everything prettily, and pour a glass of orange juice next to it. When you visit the grocery store, speak kindly to the cashier. Whenever you're crafting something, put your whole heart into it. It's not the right time to be in the mindset with everything you do. When you finally make a decision just to pick one, you can feel an accomplishment and a sense of fulfillment like you would when you reach a goal. Well, we'll be signing off for now. Hopefully, you found this video interesting. Of course, to say thank you for being so attentive to the end, we are offering you a bonus. That is to prioritize. This list isn't a list to do step by step. It's a list of different strategies that may help you transform your life. Choosing to do tasks seems like less of a responsibility, allows you to be more spontaneous, and lets you think about any regrets that you might have. And this is a great way to hack procrastination by choosing to do one task over another when you're thinking about what to do. As it stands, it doesn't matter which activity you do first, but as you progress, it might become important. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment.